Queen, and I'm here with the Empowering Women Show. And what is the Empowering Women Show? The Empowering Women Show is a show that I've developed that will showcase female industry leaders as well as ordinary people doing extraordinary things. My first guest is Doreen Gurarneri, a very, very successful businesswoman. She owns a salon called the Look Salon in Greenlawn. What makes Doreen amazing is she also has her own hair product line and makeup line. So stay tuned to the Empowering Women Show, where you will meet these amazing, amazing, empowering women. So Doreen, thank you so much for being here today. It's so exciting to have you here on my Empowering Women Show.
My pleasure.
People have written in from my website and my Facebook page, and they have certain questions about you, and I wanted to make sure that I covered them.
Okay.
So one of my first questions is, what were you like as a child?
I was a very quiet child, very observant, paid attention to humans and their interactions. I would say for overall I was very, very quiet. I'm pretty quiet now, but I'm a different kind of quiet, a strong quiet.
Do you have an affinity towards people's hair at a young age?
I can't remember ever not knowing what I was supposed to do. I do every day what I always dreamed that I would do. So when I was a little girl, I definitely played with, all the dolls that you could get that had certain kinds of features that you could play with their hair, but of course everybody else. And if my mom said she had to go to the salon to get, a hair appointment or something, I was, I have to come. I always knew that I loved this.
Now you also have a twin.
I have a twin sister named Debbie.
Debbie.
Yeah, fraternal.
They say that twins are very much alike. Is Debbie like that as well?
No. Debbie is the other side of the brain. She's all techie and, she's got that engineering, architectural brain.
Wow.
Yeah, numbers, science. I'm more art language. She's more math and science.
Oh, wow. That's very, very interesting.
We do make up a whole.
Yes. So you're seems like you're kind of like the yin and yang thing of each other.
Totally.
Wow, that's really, really neat.
Two different parts.
Now, you went to school through the Cold Spring Harbor School District, is that correct?
I did. I graduated Cold Spring Harbor High School.
And we know that Cold Spring Harbor has an amazing reputation. Kids are going to Ivy League schools, the academics are very tough. It's a very, very proud school district.
Yes.
I want to say that maybe you kind of broke the mold a little bit over there.
I come from a household with an older brother.
Okay.
And the older brother is Brown Columbia. Dad's a CPA. And I realized and found out through listening that there was a program I could go to while in high school to go to cosmetology. And I went to the guidance office and found out, and I really don't know how I found out, but I needed to find out, and I found out, and I ended up being one of almost no one that would go through this program to the BOCES program, where you get driven from the high school on a bus and you go there for part of your day and you come back. So during high school, I was able to take the course that I needed to take for New York State.
You started going to cosmetology school while you were in Cold Spring Harbor High School.
I went with my boyfriend at the time, who is actually my husband now.
Oh, wow.
We went together because he is also from his parents, my in-laws, are hairdressers, which is just weird twists of fate.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really,
So
really
he and
neat.
I went together through, the BOCES program while attending Cold Spring Harbor High School. There really wasn't many kids that went to the program at that time, back in the 80s.
Right.
So I was happy to find it.
That's amazing. Why don't you tell me a little bit more about what happened before you opened up your first salon? Did you work in any other salons before you opened up your first salon?
I worked up in Huntington Station. I worked in a salon. I worked in Northport in a salon. I didn't work in a lot of salons. I'm a very loyal person. It's always important to me that I give 100% of what I do. That's just my personality. So there weren't a lot of locations, but what I did know is that, I learned a lot about my industry and the types of players and the kind of people that work in my industry. And so, I didn't move around too much, but I really started doing my own thing really through the time of having children. So I started working, by myself just because the kids were little and stuff. And then the salon that I currently have, I actually have only had that one. I started that one about 8 years ago.
Oh, so
but along the way, we were, my husband and I are involved in some other things, bigger ventures, but I didn't own them by myself.
And so why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
We've been involved in so many different aspects of the industry in regard to helping build salons.
Very interesting.
Yeah, building product lines, building salons. I do a lot of education. So there's so many different aspects of what I do. So it was kind of hard for me to be, again, if I can't do something 100%, I couldn't really put myself into the normal salon setting.
Correct.
Because there's other parts of what I do. We were involved in, what's referred to as distribution of different product lines, sales. And so that was part of my life too. But then we started manufacturing, and we have a company called American Culture, which is ironically right here in Huntington Station behind the train. And so between my salon, the Look Spa Salon in Greenlawn, and American Culture, they're about, I think they're three miles apart.
Wow.
Right along the railroad tracks. And we've been manufacturing for about 15 years now.
You seem to have had the chicken before the egg, or the egg before the chicken. You were in the manufacturing of your product line preceding being in the salon business on your own?
Yeah, I because my schedule is diverse, I do a lot of educational platforms. So I do things that, advanced education for hairdressers. So I'm always out in the industry, like trade shows and private educational events, speaking, and things that involve doing hair. And from there, the other side of me, my husband, who really runs the manufacturing company, started manufacturing before I owned the Look. But prior to owning the Look, I did work by myself just in a studio to take care of my clients while I was raising my kids and they were little.
I love all your products.
Thank you.
I use them. In fact, today while I was home, I was using one of your masks for my hair just to make sure that everything looked as great as possible.
Looks good. Your hair looks great.
Thank you. What was your first product line, and how did it just branch off into all these products?
Well, the beauty industry is the fashion industry, so every dress evolves, right? Just like clothing. So the product lines, actually the first product line we ever started with isn't even on the table right now. It's in moratorium. It's not even out there anymore, but it goes out of style. The packaging goes out of style. So that particular product line was just simply called American Culture, which is the name of our company. The brands that we manufacture currently are not named American Culture. That's the company name or the corporate name, and the brands are different. Like Simply Smooth is a brand. It's very popular, I would say, amongst a younger generation, whereas Pure NV, it's like paraben free and sodium chloride free and sulfate free, so it's a little earthier, and that's one of the brands we make currently. And Pure Blends, Pure Color. So there's a lot of things we make. It's hard to say what would be most popular. It just fits into different genres of people, different lifestyles. But the first brands we ever made, or the first products we ever made, are actually not even in production anymore.
Wow. Aside from in your salon, where else do you sell your products?
The products are sold in professional salons. We're a hairdresser-owned company, so everything we make is made with love.
You're a mother. You run a very, very successful salon. Everybody there also just loves you.
It's a culture. You have to create a culture, and to me, it's all about being positive and behaving in a way that you'd want to be treated. And that is the culture that I try to generate every day, because if you're going to work and be passionate about what you do with as many hours as you do it, it has to feel good.
Doreen, so tell me, when you were going to BOCES in high school, did you ever think that you would travel the world?
No. I have been to a lot of amazing places that I had no idea the passion that I had, where it was supposed to go and where it's still going, and the places that I've traveled to, because I've been to so many amazing countries. I've been to European countries, England and Spain and Italy, and I've been to Ukraine and Russia. I've been as far as South Korea. Thank you.
Wow.
Yeah. Australia. Amazing places just in this country. So I've been to, our product is sold in odd places, Colombia, Nicaragua, Canada, doing what I love to do all around the world.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yep.
A few people have asked me also, Doreen, where exactly in the United States do you sell these products?
We generally sell the products direct if necessary, meaning that they can go right to AmericanCultureHair.com if they can't find the product, but it's sold through professional salons, professional hairstylists, professional salons. This way it comes with a professional recommendation. People are using it the right way.
Right, a few weeks ago I was out and I didn't realize also that you sold your hair product in this store that I go to pick up other products.
Good.
Also, some people wrote into my website and they wanted to know, Doreen, what type of people can use your hair products? Is this products for everybody's hair?
The reason that the company is called American Culture is because it's about diversity. It's about hair. Hair is hair. Hair is hair, but it comes different. So different recipes, different formulas, and different product lines that we make, will be good for anybody's hair type, but they'll find the right product for their type of, texture or whatever it might be. My hair is curly, my hair is straight, fine, limp, voluminous. They can find everything that they need, but the reason that we named our company American Culture is because it's about a culturally diverse population.
And I do love your logo, by the way.
Thank you.
The American flag. Another question a few people have asked me through my website is keratin.
Yeah.
It seems to have really changed the world. It's changed women's hair altogether. I was talking to a few women today before the show, and they were telling me how they can't wait till the end of the summer because they've got to get their keratin treatment. They were like, my hair is like straw, look at it. I can't wait to go see Doreen and get my keratin. Well, I mean, it's almost like a wonder drug for hair.
Every so many years, there's something amazing that hits the scene that we all can't live without, whatever it might be. And right now, that very vast generic word keratin, because it is, there's so many kinds, but basically smoothing out hair so that people don't have so much fuzziness is definitely popular, and it's not losing popularity, it's staying popular. We actually make in different product lines different keratin treatments or smoothing services, and they have different degrees, and we create individual services with them, and we train hairdressers on how to do that so that they can address texture according to what's in front of them instead of just a one-size-fits-all.
And now women who are older are wearing their hair longer, and it looks nice. It actually is complimentary because of keratin, I believe, I want to say.
Well, again, there are different kinds. They all do different things, but overall, what happens is your hair is actually keratin. That's what your hair is.
Oh.
So when you put keratin into it, which unfortunately as we evolve, we lose keratin just like we lose melanin, we get gray hair. We lose keratin in our hair, and by replacing it by doing a smoothing treatment like a Simply Smooth keratin treatment, what happens is you seal the edges to the hair, and so it grows. Most of the time people kind of gave up because the hair, as it got older, it lost its vitality and it didn't have the youthfulness, if you would. When you put keratin back in, if it's been deprived as we age, the hair can't help but it's healthier, so it grows. I mean, this is all my hair. This is just because I do certain things to my hair when I'm doing my color so that I put in the right amount of keratin, and my hair just, so I don't have to wear my hair short, and I don't have to have frizz, and it can be young looking and shiny.
It's amazing. It's definitely been a lifesaver for me, and the people at your salon are always so great at what they do and making my hair look as great as possible when I leave.
And you're a walking advertisement.
Well, thank you very much. So Doreen, you as an empowering woman, you as an industry leader, you as an amazing mother and role model for women out there, what advice would you give women, young ladies who are thinking about going into your industry, opening up a salon, perhaps launching their own product line? What tidbit would you give? What information would you give them? What insight or advice would you give them?
There's only one thing that I would really say, and that is don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. If you feel passionate about something, even though you get knocked down, you will get up and you will go forward and you will succeed. Don't let people say you can't do it. You can do it, but it comes from you. It comes from inside. Be kind and be true. Be real. And stay positive.
Well, thank you so much, because a lot of women out there, they need to hear that. They look at you and they say, oh, wow, she just did it. And learning through this show, we found out that there's a lot that takes place before you get to that point. And obviously, surrounding yourself with positive people and being passionate about what you believe in and pursuing those goals takes a lot of energy, but you're a walking role model, and thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
For being here today on the
Thank you.
Empowering Women Show. You're amazing.